Welcome back to part 4 of our Creating Our Head series. This is our final part, and in this section we're going to look at giving him a few more smart bone actions for his face. I'm going to try and fix his mouth in regards to his teeth, and I'm going to show you guys how to incorporate all of the little smart bone actions that help to give his face a bit of extra life. So now our head is able to go up and down, left and right. And we've got a few actions for our head. I'm just going to add a few more. I'm maybe going to add some mouth movement, some other actions for his eyes maybe. And I'm going to interact with his detail layer just to give him a bit more facial expression. So the first thing I'm probably going to start with would be, I don't know, let's start with the mouth, as it's probably going to be the longest part. So the first thing I would do is go to my head layer and click on your add bone tool and click on the canvas just to ensure that there's no bone was selected. And by his mouth, I'm just going to drag a bone up. I'm going to go to my bone in the menu panel and click Make Smart Bone Dial, and I'm going to call this one Lips Stroke Mouth. So lip stroke mouth. Minus 90, plus 90, and it's going to be a duration of say 48 frames, so that's going to be 2 seconds. And first thing I do is just go to my 48 frame and I find his mouth folder and I go into it and I first select his outer lips, and his first action for the bone is the lips. So I'm only going to move his lips in this action, and I'm going to select the bottom lip in the outer lip layer, and just got to select all of the points. And I'm just going to drag these down here like this, and I'll grab the edges those, and I'll do the same for the top lip. Let's drag these up like this. And then go to his actual lips layer, and I'm just going to grab these like that. Pull these corner ones up into the space. So we have this. I might want his top lips to be up just a little bit more. So I'm just going to highlight again all of these points. Just drag them up here, just to the highest point that I want it to go. And then go to his actual lips layer and just drag these up. So that's our first action for our mouth. If I just play with it now, it looks like this. I'm going to click on Lips Mouth 2 in my Actions panel. Actually, I'm going to copy the frames from outer lips in my Lips Mouth 1. I'm just going to paste them onto my Lips Mouth 2 on the second frame. So again, I get the exact same look, and I'll do the same again for the lips also. So just copy. Not on that one, on the 48th one. This time I'm gonna go to my head layer. No, first I'm gonna go to my bottom teeth layer, and I'm gonna just drag the whole layer down like this. So now the teeth move open. And I will do the same for, if we go to your head layer, I'm going to drag possibly his jaw bones from where, maybe these ones here. Just grab all of these and I'll just drag them down. Take these in. Now his jaw moves with his teeth open, or with his mouth opening, and I'm possibly going to make his bottom lip drop a bit further. So again, I'm just going to select all of these points and drag these possibly further down here like this. Pull these back up into the corner. Go into my lips layer, just open them up a bit, so now he's got his teeth exposed and his jaw opens up with his mouth. I'm just going to adjust this a little, so now we've got that action. I'm going to move his tongue also. So we go into your mouth layer again, just grab the tongue, grab the layer, and just move it down like this. So we get that action. Might play with the outward, just a touch. So that's action one for our mouth. My second action is going to be let's give him an O action. So again, go to your head bone layer, click on your add bone tool, click on the canvas so you're not going to parent your bone to anything. And I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to do this one actually wide and small. So I will go to my bone in the menu and click make smart bone, and I'm going to call this one wide, small, and again the same -90 +90, 48 frames. So the wide action on our 48 frame, I'm just going to go to our lips, I'm just going to pull that out there and pull that out here like so. And I'll do the same for the lips, outer lips. I'll just grab these. Pull these out. And do the reverse for the small. I'll just hide these, go to my lips, and I just want to make these come all the way in like this. Go to your outer lips, and you just want to do the same. And I wonder if I can just squash the actual whole layer. So I'll just do this. So now we have that motion. So if I just go out into the main timeline and see how this all works. So he spreads his mouth, or we can make it smaller, and it also works as it opens and closes. So there again, we've got pretty much quite a few of our mouth shapes that we need to make, and it works both sides. It's got an O already, A, E-ish. So possibly our next one could be like an M. So we're gonna hide his lips, say. And I'm gonna call this one, I'm going to make it a smartbone dial, and I'll call it M stroke V, and again minus 90 plus 90, 48 frames. What's happened there? Oh, he didn't like that. Let's do that again. I'm going to delete the action. Delete this bone completely. Add another bone. Call it MV. And on our 48 frame, we'll go to his outer lips, and I'm just going to bring all of these points right in up into his main mouth lips. So I'll just grab these up. And do the same. These points-ish. And we have an M-ish. Yeah. And for the other motion, which is the V and the F, I'll call it, I will do the same for the bottom lip, which is on the outer lip. Let's drag all of these up here. For the top lip, I would raise that a little, just taking up all of these also. Points. Grab his lip and pull these up. So let me see teeth. And we've got an F. Maybe work the head a little. So now we've got the basic motions done. I just want to go back into my lips and mouth, and I need to go into my detail layer now, and I just want to make sure, I mean, they should be in the right places, but you need to go in and just check what happens with the face. So that will be okay with the lips, but on the mouth, when it opens wide, I want these ones to react with it also. I could even do select both of these ones, possibly expose the stroke, but we only want it from here, so we can get it open without it. But if we really want it open, we've got that, and I will also do it for the top ones also. So I'm going to expose the stroke on frame 48 and remove it on frame 42. And if you want it, you can have that. We don't even have to have these fully exposed. You can have them half exposed, say. I'm even going to do it for these two also. I'm going to expose all of these and remove it on frame . And that works. And I have to do the same for wide, small. So on the wide, Let's drag that. Here. And on the opposite one, I'm going to grab these and pull these all the way in. I'm just going to have it like this. That works. So if I turn my head this angle, open up his mouth, make him wide, I can open up his mouth fully and all of the points should activate and be in their correct positions. Even when I need to do it. So yeah, that works. What other action could we add to him? I mean, the mouth, I think I pretty much, it's like an O. Yeah, I think I could get all of the phonemes I need out of that. The next one I'm going to add is maybe the nose. So I'll give him a nose movement, so the nose can go up and down also, which gives it a different look for different facial expressions. So I'll go to I'll make another bone, just make sure it's not pairing it to anything. Smartbone dial, and I'm going to call it N up, N down for nose up, nose down, and I'll just leave it as 48 frames. And for the nose up, go to your nose layer, you grab the nose and you pull it as high as you want it, really. So we'll just take it there. Go to our detail layer. Just make sure you just grab these also. Now his nose goes up, and I'll go to the other action, and I'll just bring his nose down, go to detail, just grab these. And pull these down a bit also. What other actions can we give to him? Maybe I can go in and give some life to his eyes, maybe. So if I go to his, let's say his left eye, this one, and I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to call that detail. And I'm going to give him veins for his eyes. So with sharp corners on, I'm just going to do a few of these. And I want to change my stroke to red by just right clicking on any color that you want, and it changes the stroke. And I'm going to do one of these here, about one, my width is. I'll do another one here, possibly. What, the third one? No. Copy this one. Maybe add a third one there. Nope, not there. There. I'm just going to go into these and just thin these lines out using your line width tool. Maybe I'll just copy these two, spin them, maybe even flip them. Put that there. Copy that one, flip it. Put it here, maybe put that one there also. So I'll just leave it at that. And I'm going to go into my stroke exposure tool, and I'm going to remove the stroke, select them all, and just remove all of the strokes. And I'm going to go into my head layer. I'm going to select open close. That's close. And on open, I'll go back into that layer I've just created in my left eye. I'm going to expose the strokes on the 24th frame. And I'm going to move these, just move them into position like this. Leave it at that. So when he opens his eye, I'm going to go to the 18th frame. I'm just going to remove the stroke completely here. No, I should just thicken the lines a bit. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to remove the stroke. So at his widest point, he has red veins in his eyes. If you also render that out, you'll see what that looks like. I might bring these in a bit. It's at the furthest point. Maybe make a keyframe for them. And widen them a little bit. And he has veins in his eyes now. You just duplicate it for the other eye. You can possibly give him... I like to give him individual eye actions also. So I'm going to make an action for his right eye. And I'm going to make it a smart bone dial. I'm just going to call it RI. And I'll leave it the same. And for the first motion, maybe you can have his bottom lid go up, so you can do this. And the opposite action, just do the same for the top eye. I might actually take this one down here. Set a keyframe. If I want him to be able to just close just this one eye, you can do that. No. And again, repeat the steps for the other eye, and you get the same one-eyed action. And again, you do the same for the eyebrow, possibly give him a one-sided eyebrow action, which again, I like to have. Make smart bone down. I'm going to call this one R brow. An alternative way is to give the eyebrows bones and bind them to the bones, and that way you can just move them up and down as you want. That's an alternative way of doing it, I guess. I'm just going to do it this way. I never learn. So the brow, just select this side. This is going to be down. Might spin it also so it gets that. I want to go to my detail layer. Pull that there. And for the other side, go to my brow layer. Lift. I might actually lift it. Spin it from there. You can normal up and another action at the extreme. And just go to your detail layer. like that. And I'll leave the gap. I'm just going to take this into consideration. There. And that's the left or right eyebrow. I'm going to tackle now the teeth, and what I mean by that is on our head up and down motion, I'm going to actually fix the air on my head down. So that's the shadow in our detail layer, just doing what it wants. I'm going to put that back there. And you, my friend, you can go back there. I need to pull these into position. So what I want to do is my head up motion, this is the first one. When the head goes up, I actually want his teeth to kind of reflect that within the mouth space. So what happens is these would curl around down like this. I should have added a few more teeth so I could show you guys better, but this is just the principle of it, and I think it gives it a nice effect when the mouth is open. So I'm just going to drag that behind there. I'm actually going to drag that down here. I'm going to drag that. Like that. And grab this tooth. Possibly reshape them. If you had more, you'd be able to get more of a curl. But if you look, his teeth now move within his mouth space. And it's the same principle for the head down. We could just drag these ones up. And the bottom teeth, I'll just pull these around like this. With the gum. So these bottom teeth also have movement within the mouth. And if you was to just go into our main timeline and see how this looks, if we open up his mouth and we tilt his head down, the teeth react within the head space. Again, here also. And you'll do the same for the left and right side. So if I go to his head turn and turn his head to the left, his top teeth and bottom teeth, that's in effect at the extreme, that would be there. That would be there. That would be there. Just try all of that in. Maybe you can just rework this a little. Grab that. Grab that. Now his teeth move like they're in a 3D space. And you do the same for the bottom teeth. Pull that there. Pull that there. So that's what his teeth look like within his head. And if I was to just go in now and open up his head, give him a turn, open his mouth, his teeth now react within his mouth. And I also just need to obviously go in and fix the tongue, which I will do. I go into my head turn layer, and on the extreme here, I'm going to go to the tongue, and actually obviously don't want it to be facing like that. I actually want the whole tongue to be here. And this is going to fall here like this. Now, we'll just say so now our tongue moves within the mouth space also and grows. So if we was to look at it now, his teeth and his mouth, everything works as you would expect them to. Bit of up, bit of down, and obviously you just go in and you make your tweaks. It's not going to be perfect right now, but you can get it to look pretty good if you just take a bit of time. I think I'm going to add just one more motion for the mouth, I think. And I think I'll wrap up the video there. So our last motion is going to be like I'm going to move the lips left and right and possibly up and down within the mouth or within the face. And again, I think that gives a good effect, and I'll show you why. So if we just was to make another Smartbone dial, ensure that it's not parented to anything. And I'm going to call it L, L, and L are for lips left, lips right, and I'm going to leave it at 48 frames just to keep everything consistent. And what I'll do is just go to the outer lips, under the lips, and just grab the layer you just move it all the way to the side of the face. And you do the same for the opposite action. Just grab the layers and just move them out. So you're not actually moving the mouth, it's just the lips that are actually moving. And if I was to just create, I'm just going to create one more bone. And I'm going to call it L, D, and L, U for lips down, lips up. Again, go to my lips layer, and on the 48th frame, I'm going to grab the lips and drag them all the way down. And on the opposite action, grab the lips and move them all the way up. And what this gives you is, if I was to open his mouth, make it small, I could just make his mouth do that action, and you can again get different effects and different looks. And what I would also do would be possibly go into my detail layer on the lips left and lips right on our first one. And on this action, you go to your detail layer, obviously, and you just grab the obvious points and move them into their respective positions. So that side of the mouth, just do that. And the other side. We'll do that. And the up and down. And just to keep it consistent, we'll just do this one. Okay, so possibly on this one, I might want this line to be visible at the extreme. So I'll just expose, as before, this here, but only possibly from here. I'm not even going to have it fully exposed. So it needs to be maybe half exposed like that. Let's do the same for the opposite side. And for the up and down motion, I will do the same, but I'll actually have them fully exposed. Possibly, just see how it looks. And for the up, we have these ones fully exposed. So let's just see how that looks. As you can see, everything still should work. Not sure I like that one, but it should work. Actually, I haven't added a smile to his face. I think that is going to be the last one, guys. I'm just going to add one more action to his mouth. I'm going to give him a smile and a frown. So just make another Smartbone dial. I'm going to call it smile, frown, and again leave it as before. And for the smile, you just go to your mouth layout, go to your lips, just grab the corners and you just drag them up. Let's see how that looks. Maybe I want to play with these a bit. And the outer lips, just do the same. Pushing up. These don't need to be out. So far, he ain't the Joker. And that's a basic smile. And the frown is just the opposite. So instead of dragging them up, just go to your lips. And you drag these down. We can be a bit more sad. But possibly on the smile now, you could I don't know, affect his eyes. So we go to our detail layer again. And you just select his you just expose these ones and again these ones, but only from here. Maybe it doesn't need to be so prominent, and maybe these lines are a bit thick for what I want to do. Might actually give them a keyframe, make them actually much smaller, and drag them up. So these things just give your character a little bit of facial expression and a little bit of diversity. You know, it gives it a bit of detail that you probably didn't have before if you've never thought about adding something like this. And again, everything should work relatively well within the space. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. And this is the completion of our head turn. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything else you want me to add to it, or possibly change, or if you've got ideas for your own head that you want to see me implement, hit me up in the comment section. And yeah, check out the next video.